If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how do you stay out of a sales slump by knowing your previous history? What can you do about it and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. Coming to you live from Sacramento. All right, so sales slumps happen, but if you take a look at the data and you start pinpointing what caused them and what you can do to get out of them, there is history that you could use to your advantage, right? So you start looking at something that caused failure. You always want to go back and do an audit. You always want to go back and do some sort of investigation. And I'm going to share with you, there's common issues that salespeople face in every service, every industry, every product, and there's really three of them, right? So I got my $12 whiteboard with me. There's an event. So the event is this. You've got a trip, you're buying a house, you're buying a car, you're buying a boat, you're buying a pool. All those things take your focus away from what's going on. You got to fight. Somebody in your life is causing you to fight. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, neighbor, children, grandparents. Somebody is causing you to fight, or somebody is sick. Those are like the three pools. Those are the three pools why people hit sales slumps. This is the first thing that causes it. So you really need to know what's going on in your life, and you should really keep a journal. Like, hey, what's going on today? What are the good things going on in my life, and what are the bad? And you're like, hey, Scott, well, what's that mix? Glad you asked. We're going to go to column number 2, 3-1. 3-1. This is how you keep track of staying out of a sales slump and staying ahead of the curve. So let's say that I meet with Mr. and Mrs. Smith today. And I sell the job. I need to come up with 3 things that went right. Okay, so showed up on time, gave a presentation. I'm having a tough time because sometimes 3 is hard. Having a tough time, got them financing or an easy payment plan that wasn't really easy to get, right? So it's 3. The number shall be 3 good things and 1 bad thing, but there's a specific way that you write the bad thing. There's a very specific thing that you got to do. So you think, and you're like, what was the most frustrating thing that I had from dealing with Mr. and Mrs. Smith today? What was it? Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Smith were cheap. Okay, they were cheap. Why? Why does that frustrate you? Well, it frustrates me because I don't get a ton of commission. I had to discount to get the job. Okay, cool. So we're going to put like 3 things that went right, showed up on time, gave my full presentation, was able to find them an easy payment plan. The thing that frustrated me, okay? So now we got a data set. Now we have a piece of history. Now we have the ability to go, okay, if I'm in a sales slump today, I want to audit what happened back 10 calls. I want to know what was going on in my life. Okay, so it's usually 2 things that are going to cause this. It's usually 2 problems that are going to combine and become toxic to you. It's going to be an event. You're fighting with somebody. You lost focus. You're fighting with somebody, or somebody's sick in your family, or somebody you love or care about is sick. Okay. Focus, hunting trip, pool, boat, house, car, marriage, like all these things. Like what causes you to lose focus? Vacation. You're fighting with somebody, neighbor, friend, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, right? They're like this is the list. Or somebody's sick. So then we're going to cross-reference and we're going to draw an access point and go, which one of these calls led me to be like, that's it. I don't want to sell anymore. I want to take my marbles and go home. Mommy, make the bad man stop. Right? That gives you the ability to go, it was 3 calls ago. Here's the thing. You may say, hey, Scott, I want a visual representation to understand what you just shared with me. On that access point, I've got event, sick, focus. On the bottom, I got meeting. Who was the person you met with? You can plot this out on a map and you can say it was right here. It was right there. That's what caused my sales slump. That's how you pinpoint a sales slump. And then what you can do is go, okay, here's what I normally close at like 45%. I was closing at 17. What was the loss? If I take the gap of the 28% that I wasn't closing at, what did that cost me? It cost me $7,000. So I know that if I'm not paying attention and I'm not really focused on what's going on in my sales career, that the cost to me is $7,000 per sales slump. Like now we've associated a value to a sales slump. Now we've associated real value or numbers or commissions. And like, what could you do with $7,000? Like $7,000 is half a trip to Tahiti in a glass bottom hut in the middle of a good surf competition, right? Like to me, that's how I figure out things. $7,000 is about 6,000 tacos. It doesn't have to be something super serious. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales and you want to be good at what you do, you should join my email publication. Go to this URL, type into a browser, drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. You will freaking love it. And occasionally I try to sell you stuff. That way I pay for my bad habits. Like my Ren Spooner Aloha shirts, my ribeye steaks, my tacos, my trips to Hawaii. And like, Scott, come on, man. Help me out. How do I fix this? Okay. What's your anti-sales slump? So I'm going to give you a couple of mine. And some of them have money value and some of them don't, right? So if I'm in a bad mood, I might listen to opera music, house music, especially French touch from the early 2000s, some Daft Punk, some Buffalo Boys. Like there's a whole list. I actually have a playlist. Okay. So you could create a playlist. I lost my cat and my bird, so I might call a friend who has a cat or a bird and go hang out and play with their animals. I got a nephew that thinks I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, which is true. And so I might go hang out with him. But like on your list, you should have 7 anti-things, things that get you out of a sales slump. It could be time with your significant other, special time with your significant other. That might get you out of a sales slump, right? It is what it is. But you need to, like, okay, I'm going to go run down this list. What would get me out of a sales slump? Going to Hawaii. Well, I can't go to Hawaii every day. Some of these things on this list could be a big, really goal that when I get back into my sales and my abilities, like, okay, that's what I'm going to do when I get out of my sales slump 3 months into the future and call it good. Most people talk about sales slump, they're like, just discount. Like, no, why don't we figure out what caused it? Why don't we go back in time and say, oh, we can pinpoint with certainty. We got 3 main events: focus, fight, sick. Which one of those 3? Oh, Scott, it was all 3. Well, duh, now we know why you had a sales slump. Which buyer was the one that got you? Oh, it was Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Well, what happened? Well, they had the independent guy come out. Oh, the independent guy sales slump, right? Or I had a meeting with my sales manager, and my sales manager wasn't happy with my numbers, and I was given a PIP, a performance improvement plan. Like, you could go back on that access and pinpoint. And like your job on a sales slump is to know that you can get through them faster. Okay. I always like to draw this picture. Sales slumps in the beginning look like this. They're tall and deep, which means that they can be long, they can be painful. And as you go through time, they get easier. Well, if I have data and you have data and I could go, hey, sales dude, what the heck is going on in your sales life that's causing you to be in a sales slump? And you're like, Scott, I'm fighting with my wife. Okay, what do you got to do to fix that? Well, I got to go to get some therapy. Or, I just need to not talk to her during the day. That's probably a good idea, right? My kid's sick. Okay, well, chances of you being able to magically wave a wand and make magic happen, there might be some conversations that you have to have with clergy members, doctors, people to help you maintain that focus to make sure that they're going to be okay or whatnot, right? And let's just face it, like we go through, as we get older, we start losing moms, dads, grandparents, friends, relatives, aunts, uncles, aunties, uncles, whatever you want to call them. And it does weigh on us. And then there's just like life events, divorces, like all of these things start taken away. But if you can pinpoint it and you can put it on an access point, you can get through it faster. Now, here's the thing. If you're struggling and you need help, if you're struggling and you're like, Scott, I'm at the bottom of the rope, I'm at my wit's end, see a professional. I'm not a doctor, attorney, marriage counselor, or therapist. I am a taco enthusiast. There's nothing wrong with getting help from a professional if you are really struggling. For whatever reason, the world of sales does not like people to say that. I don't get it, right? But go see a professional and get as much help as you can. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. There you go. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.